Take the stress out of your holiday entertaining with this simple yet elegant steak dinner. Perfectly cooked steak seasoned with your preferred spice blend and served over a bed of ultra cheesy, indulgent mashed potatoes. This is simple steak and potatoes, fancy enough for your holiday dinner party. We'll start with our steaks. I'm using prime filet mignon here. These potatoes will serve 4 to 6, so if you're feeding that many, grab 4 to 6 fillets, and I'm coating mine in my preferred spice blend, making sure to coat all sides, roll them around in that salt, pepper, garlic, and other seasoning, and then I'll grab some butcher's twine and tie these right around the middle, just to help them keep their shape and cook evenly in the oven, which is where we're going to park these around 300 degrees until they are cooked through to our preferred doneness. I'm shooting for around 130 degrees for medium rare, and I'll use a probe thermometer to help me make sure I do not miss that target. Anyways, we'll pop these steaks in the oven. They should take 45 minutes to an hour, but yours are going to take, well, just however long they take depending on how big they are. So track that temperature, and in the meantime, we'll turn our attention to our potatoes. We're going to peel and cut up around 2 pounds of Yukon Golds. I like to make sure I get them into relatively large pieces. I find them easier to pass through a ricer that way, but if you're not going to rice these, then you can cut them as small or as big as you want. In the meantime, add a stick of butter and a cup of cream to a sauce pot and bring that up to a simmer. As far as cheese, we're going to need some Gruyere for funky nuttiness, and we're going to grab some mozzarella cheese to give us that beautiful cheesy pull that we're after with Pomme Aligot. So once your potatoes have been boiled and are fork tender, go ahead and drain them. Return the pot over low heat, and this is a ricer. It's going to fluffily crush our potatoes into a beautiful texture. But again, if you don't have one of these, you could use a food mill or just mash them by hand or with a potato masher. We'll add in about 3/4 of that butter and cream mixture, followed by about 3/4 of our cheese. And guys, all the instructions and exact amounts will be down below in the description if you want to make this at home, which I highly recommend. Go ahead and stir that butter and cream and cheese in, and then we're going to go ahead and add the rest of the butter and cream to get the proper consistency here. I just like to start by adding most of it. Add the rest of the cheese, and I'm telling you, if these things look like they're just a big old mozzarella cheese stick without a batter or coating, that's pretty much what they are. They're like half cheese, butter and cream, and half potatoes, and all delicious. Set those aside with a lid on. They'll stay warm for a solid hour or so. That's way more time than we need to finish our steaks, which we are going to do in a skillet over medium-high heat with some olive oil and butter. We'll pat those steaks nice and dry so we can get a beautiful crust on them, and then I'm going to give them 60 to 90 seconds on that first side, tossing in a couple of crushed cloves of garlic as well. And then just stir them around in that butter and oil until they get a beautiful sear on that first side. It should only take like 60 to 90 seconds. Give them a flip, and then optionally we can baste these with that beautiful garlic-infused brown butter and oil. These are already cooked through just perfectly. All we're looking to do here is get an absolutely beautiful crust on the outside and impart a little extra flavor with that nutty butter and roasted garlic flavor. To plate this up, get yourself a warm bowl to keep those potatoes from getting too stiff on you, and a ladle on plenty. We'll go ahead and cut our steak into a few slices, just basically to check that cookout, and it is a beautiful, nice rare. I'm going to plate mine up on that bed of potatoes. I've got a goat cheese round that I picked up at the store that's got some blueberries and thyme infused in it. It's going to add a beautiful, creamy, tangy note with every bite. And I'm just going to lay down a little bit of chives for garnish and a little bit of flaky sea salt right on top. Check these cheesy potatoes out. Man, I mean, I can't say that it's healthy, but you know it's going to be tasty. Beautifully cooked steak. Listen, if you want it more well done, then obviously just cook it longer. It's your steak. Do with it what you will. I'm telling you, if you cook it to your liking and serve it with these mashed potatoes and a little bit of goat cheese, you're going to absolutely be in heaven. We've made a lot of steak and potatoes on this channel because it's frankly one of my favorite meals, and this is definitely up there with some of the best and definitely some of the easiest. It's not the fastest way because you got to use the oven to get your steak to the right temperature, but it takes all the stress out of cooking steak and potatoes for the holidays. So, hope you'll give it a try, or at the very least, impress your guests with your own dinner. And now it's your turn to get out of here and go make something delicious. But do come on back in 2026, please. We'll be here with more videos.